doing? This is Zeus Angel Mystic. I am a tarot reader. I am a weirdo on YouTube, here to bring you some tarot downloads, guided predictions. Um, so this is not my typical live, but I have been feeling a nudge to do a different type of live on here for y'all out there. Give some time for people to be notified, and we'll pull some. What I'm gonna hopefully do today is pull some messages that are based on the collective unconscious vibe. And if you guys don't know what the collective unconscious is, y'all can Google that. Y'all can search it on the internet. You guys can search it on the internet. What the collective unconscious is, and whatever kind of messages come through. So we are using the Wisdom Oracle, the Chakra Wisdom Oracle cards. We're going to be using those oracles, and we're going to be using Todd Alcott Sci-Fi Tarot. Todd Alcott Sci-Fi Tarot. The reason that I was drawn to this deck is I have been, this is going to sound out there, you guys, but I have been feeling or having downloads about, I'm afraid to say it on here, you guys, but I feel as though there definitely is, do you guys believe in aliens? Do you guys believe in extraterrestrials? Because I feel like The Creature from the Black Lagoon, if you haven't seen that, watch it. Because this is a sci-fi deck, and that's kind of why I was drawn to it. I feel like there's definitely some stuff going on out there, and it's interesting. I was drawn to it, and that's been one of my downloads lately, is that there could be, in America, there could be more sightings of aliens. And if you guys don't believe in that, that's cool. But that is one of my downloads lately, okay? My downloads is that there could be more sightings, there could be more conspiracy theorists about aliens, things like that. So let's see what's going on with the tarot. Let's see what's going on with the collective. What downloads we get via the tarot. How many of you guys out there are in tune with your spirit guides, are in tune with source, higher power, or whatever? And the reason that I'm asking is because you're only going to be able to make choices for yourself if you're connecting to your guides, okay? We have the moon here. So the moon connects to your subconscious, which if you want to make contact with your spirit guides or, with source or God or whatever is out there, it's through your subconscious mind. It's through your dreams. So we have the moon here. Some of you guys could be Cancers out there. Tap into that, okay? Downloads usually come via daydreams or via dreams when you're asleep at night. That's when the downloads come, the thoughts, the ideas, okay? Your higher self talking to you via dreams, via visions, via daydreams. That's why it's good to journal it, because that's your direct connection to source or higher power or whatever is out there. So the moon, connecting to your higher self, connecting to the spirit world. A lot of you guys maybe are having dreams or having visions yourself if you're a water sign. What else do we have? So connect to your subconscious. It's important to connect to that, all right? That's like your inner child, but that's also your inner world is everything. We have the Six of Swords here. So it's important to have a sense of inner peace. Your internal reality, your external reality, I should say, is a direct reflection of your internal reality. The moon and the Six of Swords. So let's say that you're having dreams at night of tumultuous things, that is your brain. This is like dream interpretation, you guys. And that's a real thing. Your subconscious talks to you through your dreams. So the more you're in connection with things that, the more you're in connection with yourself, your dark side and your light side, the the less that you'll have these types of dreams, right? But also sometimes source talks to us through our dreams and through our downloads, come through our dreams, through our daydreams. So if you're having chaotic dreams, that's your subconscious telling you that something's not right, that something's going on with your subconscious, okay, or with your mind, with your mental. All right, there's something not right. So a lot of you taking the time to clear out any dark thoughts, any negativity in your mind or in your subconscious is really important for your spirit guides, because negative energy really is our shadow self, and it can be put there. We can have thoughts put there that aren't ours. If you're very spiritually tapped in, you're going to be vulnerable to other people's thoughts, okay? So having visions and having dreams isn't all it's cracked up to be all the time, because sometimes the energy that's being sent to you isn't yours, right? It's somebody else's energy. So you have to have a clear mind. You have to keep it elevated. The key to having a peaceful mind is kind of sorting out the spam and the junk and the repetitive thoughts and the negativity. All of that's key. Okay, because you don't want to attract the lower vibrational entities. You want to attract the high vibrational entities, spirit guides, source, whatever. Your body is a temple, and so is your mind, all right? So that goes for anything that you're watching on the internet. Yes, spirit source can talk to you through things that you watch on the internet, but so can lower vibrational entities, and thoughts can creep in there, okay? So keep your mind clear. Allow the good energy to flow in. We have the Seven of Wands in reverse. This is letting your guard down a little bit. Five of Pentacles in reverse. This is lost, alone, and afraid with worse to come. But if you guys are feeling lost, alone, and afraid, we're not alone. Okay? And this is, I'm getting that movie, okay? The, oh my God, what is that movie called? There's a lot of movies out there about aliens. There's a lot of them, but there's one in particular. But we have the alien on here because I've been getting a lot of downloads about that. So if you're not relating to that, no worries. But you on a personal, individual level as a human being have to kind of lower your guard, have to kind of, open your heart chakra and heal any kind of abandonment wounds that you feel or rejection wounds that you're feeling, okay? Because if you go around feeling rejected, that creates kind of an energy around you. I know it sounds really hokey, but you want to draw in the good vibes, the good energy. You don't want to sit in this energy of I'm not good enough, that energy of I'm not good enough, right? Because if there is a God, that God wants you to feel good about yourself, that God doesn't want you to sit there and think about, rejection and the bad things that have happened to you. It's good to process those things, but it's not good to stay in that energy. All right, so healing those wounds, the way that you talk to yourself, and the way that you process rejection. Hello, you're welcome. The way that you process rejection, don't take it personal. We're not alone in the universe. Nobody is. There's always people. There's billions of people in the world, okay? Even if we're not talking about extraterrestrial, which I know I talk about that on here, you guys. If this is a tarot channel, I'm not trying to get into conspiracy theories. But 100% I do believe in that, okay? So we're not alone. We're never alone. Healing those abandonment wounds. Making sure that your home is a safe place. Now we have more aliens. Like I said, this is a sci-fi deck. So anyway, there's a spaceship on here. There's a bunch of eyeballs. You need to make your home a good place. And I'll say that from the perspective of the earth, okay? We want the earth to be a good place. That means that every human on it has to work through any defensiveness, any like child. That's why we say work on those childhood wounds. If you want the world to be a better place, you have to start with yourself. You have to make your mind a safe place. I don't know if that was that Linkin Park singer. How many of you guys are fans of Linkin Park? Chester Bennington. He had been in an interview where he said that his mind wasn't a safe place. So in the spiritual world, law of attraction is all based on your thoughts. Witchcraft, prayers, whatever you believe in, yeah, all of it's the thoughts. Affirmations, prayers, thoughts. All of it's what you're thinking. Okay, so we need to make your internal world a safe place to make our external world reflect that. Okay, make your home a safe environment. Make your home, do what you need to do to make your home feel safe and welcoming. Four of Wands. And to not feel alone. Like, because I know that there's this sense of, those of you who come to tarot, you know, because you're single and you're alone, there could be this sense of, I don't like to be at home alone. It makes me think about, when I'm alone, I think about things that I don't want to think about. So try to work on yourself in regards to being happy being alone with yourself, being happy, you know, in your own space, and making your mind happy, making your home feel cozy so that, you know, you can feel comfortable when you're there. It's important to learn how to be happy when you're alone. That's important for a good, healthy relationship, okay? And I'm tired of the F-boy energy coming out in tarot, but the King of Wands in reverse is the F-boy. We'll want to leave that guy alone, okay? Man, woman, you know, we want to leave that alone. Also, I feel like a lot of us, with the King of Wands in reverse, this is also the energy of, I know a lot of people want to be entrepreneurs, and I feel like that's a trend now that's happening, a global trend. So King of Wands in reverse, don't feel pressured to go on out there and do something just because you see it on the internet, just because everyone's doing it. Becoming an entrepreneur isn't easy. So if you feel, so that's like a special message for some of you guys, okay? We have the Strength card coming out. It's important to tame yourself. It's important to learn how to tame that side of yourself. We have the Strength card. This is the inner beast that we have. So self-control is very important with the Strength card. Working on self-control, working to have discipline, all right, is really important. Like disciplining your mind. Okay. More messages from the universe. Ooh. Ooh, we have the Devil. The Matrix. Temptation. Let's see why that Devil's there. So, in this deck, the Devil, you can see the Devil there. I probably shouldn't show it too close up because there's nudity on here. But the Devil card obviously is temptation. It's the external reality. We have a machine perfectly engineered for, I won't, this is controversial. But this is like a machine of, this is, you know what I'm getting? I'm getting that your phone is, a lot of you guys could have phone addictions, and your phone, it's very tempting to scroll all day on your phone. Okay, we have the Devil card. Every day we work against lower vibrational energies. Every day we work against not necessarily the devil, but our shadow self. And I'm also picking up on an energy of doom scrolling, and how doom scrolling can really mess with your mental health, okay? So those of you guys, if you're relating to the doom scrolling, spend some time off the internet, away from your phone. I know it's tempting to go on there, but it could actually, there's a lot of lower vibrational energy that comes through our devices. So try not to spend all your time doom scrolling and on your cell phone, on your devices. Try to get away from that. You know, that energy feeds, you know, it lingers, it lurks, right? Eight of Cups, yes. The Eight of Cups. So, you know, being addicted to your phone, being addicted to a screen can make you feel, when you're done with it, right? It's this energy of everything else is boring now. Everything else is boring now because I'm used to being stimulated. I can't connect to people. I can't connect to things, or I feel emotionally dysregulated, right? And that's the way the algorithm works. They want to keep you destabilized without your phone, without social media. Go outside and engage with people. Try connecting with more people. This is like a global download that I've kind of been getting that since the COVID era. People have been having issues coming up to people in real life, talking and connecting to people. It's really important. Get off the device, connect with people, touch grass, go outside. It's really good for your whole mind, body, everything, okay? Go outside, spend time with people. Disengage from your cell phone. You need to connect to people in real life, okay? Have genuine connections. Why is the Eight of Cups here? A lot of you guys, the Eight of Cups, I feel like this year is a year when, and I say this all the time, it's the year number 9. It's the year that people end karmic cycles. It's the year that people are, ending like generational trauma. Ooh, we have 2 queens here. Queen of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles. So, interesting. I feel like once again, this is this energy that's coming through of softness. Nurture your feminine energy, because I feel like if this is relating to you, some of you guys have been hurt before, and you need to nurture that side of yourself that has trust issues, or is guarded, or is like walking around with a broken heart. So for some of you guys, to heal that side of yourself. How y'all doing out there? What's going on? We're gonna get some oracle cards too, you guys. We have the Hierophant, bringer of order and orthodoxy to the galaxy. Yeah, it's important. It's important to believe in something. I never used to have a belief system, but the Hierophant comes out as a spiritual teacher. It's a spiritual lesson, right? And whatever your spirituality is that you believe in, with the Hierophant here. I feel like that's the key to overcoming this feeling like on guard, right? This feeling of emotional disconnectedness, this feeling of there is an emptiness, like I'm not able to connect to things. I get bored really easily. I'm addicted to my phone. I don't know how to talk to people in real life. There's this sense of corroded values and morals in society at large, where people, they don't have that anymore. Now that people don't necessarily congregate, and there's no sense of community, that makes people feel separate, and without, this kind of spiritual connectivity to community, then you're going to kind of feel disenfranchised, right? So that's the key. And to getting back to spirit, source, or whatever is out there, and talking to that, because when you talk to your higher self, that's you kind of talking to your guides or to whatever is out there. So having a system, having beliefs, knowing that there is some kind of divine order is really important, because without that, you're going to feel lost and alone. Find your community, find your beliefs, find your people. This is a self-indulgent energy. Pleasure has become front and center in our society, and we have completely lost this idea of community. That's why we chase dopamine, okay? The 9 of Cups. The 9 of Cups is an energy of wish fulfillment and happiness and order, but we can't feel that way all the time. And I feel like a lot of people, because they go on social media and they see Tom, Dick, and Harry, or, you know, the celebrity that they had a crush on in high school, getting all the things that they want, and everyone, you know, looking, feels bad about themselves because they don't have those things. And, you know, when you get that thing, or let's say you get a bunch of followers or something like that, this is that pleasure seeking, that seeking dopamine, this empty sort of need to fill the wounds with something there. So kind of steering away from that. You're going to feel bad sometimes. Sometimes you're not going to have the things that people online have, and that doesn't mean that you're any less of a person. Okay, you're still a whole rounded, beautiful, you know, God's child, whatever you believe. You don't need those cool shoes. You don't need a bunch of followers. You don't need to be like a celebrity to be deemed valuable. And there's other things that can make you feel good without, you know, you having to put yourself out, or, you know, make a bunch of extra money, or buy new clothes, or get your hair cut, or go get a matcha because that's the trend on the internet. If I'm not getting matchas, my life isn't worth living. No, it absolutely is. You're a child, you know, of source. You are made of stars. And to remember that, you know, the little things in life are very important. We don't need to go pleasure seeking all the time. And I talk about this all the time in a sense of like doing community work, going out there, creating a community, going into your community, giving back, doing community service. It's really good for the soul, okay? What we're missing as a society at large, and this is my prediction, is that we're going to be going back to creating community, creating spaces where we can all get together, where we're not doing pleasure seeking, we're creating a community, and it's not all about us and us getting a dopamine hit, or us getting that person's attention, or whatever the case may be, right? So I feel like that's really important here. That's really important. To find your community, give back to the community, take a little bit of the pressure off of pleasure seeking for the moment, and work to give back some way. We're not always going to feel good all of the time, and that's okay. We have the Hanged Man in reverse. So Hanged Man in reverse, I feel like is having a lack of perspective of, we are just like an ant on a rock, okay? We are all floating on this rock in space. All of us out, you know, the earth is floating in space. It's on its axis, it's turning. We are on this huge rock. Have that perspective that, you know, at all times we are just like tiny ants on a rock. And that really kind of helps to put into perspective anything that you're going through. And think about that. Have a bigger perspective. See things from a different point of view. Let go and let God. If there's whatever you need to let go and let God. That's why we're always saying, at every full moon, you'll hear every tarot reader and astrologer saying, get rid of what doesn't serve you. Get rid of what doesn't serve you. Let go and let God. So we're always doing that, all right? And having a different perspective that I am just a human on a rock in space floating out there at all times. And what I think I'm experiencing may be valid. However, it is just one interpretation or perspective on what's going on in the universe at large. It's a huge place out there. There's a lot going on intergalactically, other than just us, you know, pleasure seeking, dopamine seeking, nonstop staring at our phones, right? There's a lot going on in the world. Ace of Pentacles. I love how there's like all the spaceships. But this is interesting because it's like mass hysteria, which that's not at all what the Ace of Pentacles is. So don't allow social media to fearmonger you, all right? You can still go after things. You can still plant seeds of newness. The world's not going to end tomorrow despite what they're telling you on the internet. Ace of Pentacles, planting new seeds. Potentially some of you guys could be wanting to do something new. The Ace of Pentacles has been coming out a lot in all of the tarot readings that I've been seeing. There's always the Ace of Pentacles. So a time where, if a lot of you guys have been feeling complacent or stagnant, there's a lot of new energy coming in the collective. So I feel like we're going to collectively be starting a new timeline, okay, coming out of an era where we're just kind of bored and stagnant, creating new things, innovation, planting a garden, planting a seed, starting that project, all right? And coming out of a place of boredom and stagnancy with action instead of inaction. All right, putting the phone down and going out and meeting people, coming out of the stagnancy, coming out of the boredom, coming out from behind the phone, you know. And this is just, I'm saying as a global prediction, not necessarily you specifically, okay? There's a lot of newness out there to be had still. And we can't allow past failures. The Seven of Pentacles is coming out. Sometimes things take a really long time to create, all right? So don't be discouraged if you've been investing in something, or if you're, you know, let's say specifically, my dating life hasn't been going well, as an example. And I've been watering the seeds, the garden of my love life, for example, or my career, or I want my side hustle to take off, or I want my Instagram to blow up. It takes a long time for things that you want to come to fruition, and you have to it's just like the garden scenario. Let's say you have a garden, you planted the seeds of a tomato bush or something like that. You have to tend to it every day, right? Gardens need to be tended to, crops needed to be tended to. You have to go water it, you have to till the soil, move the soil around, take out the weeds, and that's for anything you're trying to create or manifest. So don't allow you feeling discouraged or like something's not coming together the way that you want it to, because it takes a lot of work and effort to sow those seeds, to sow the seeds of love, or to have a garden flourish, or, you know, to have that side hustle blow up. It takes a lot. So if there is something that you're wanting to create and you're feeling stagnant right now, just know that there's a lot of work that goes into it, and then you can't be distracted with the devil here. Don't allow yourself to be distracted by anything or anyone when it comes to your goals or whatever you're trying to create here. If it's a relationship, then, you know, the same thing still applies. Don't allow yourself to be distracted by people who are wasting your time. You know, learn quicker to process when something isn't gonna pan out. That's that gut intuition. That's the downloads from, you know, from your guides trying to talk to you. Like, for example, if you're constantly trying to make something work with someone and it's just not happening, I feel like you're being redirected, but you're not getting the message. You're not seeing it. You're not getting it. So you're staying stuck on that thing. So learn to cut off stagnancy quicker, and that will get you to things that much faster. And don't be discouraged that it takes a long time. Sometimes, I mean, there's divine timing. Things take as long as they want to take, as long as they're meant to take. This is so funny because it says as seen on TV. How many of you guys used to love to watch commercials back in the day? This is the Page of Pentacles. Welcome to the future. Develop your skills as seen on TV. So I've been saying this. This has been coming out in my readings a lot. The readings that I've been doing on here for everyone. We're in between paradigms. Okay, we're in between worlds, and this is on a global scale. Our currency is changing. You know, the landscape of jobs is changing. We're all experiencing a paradigm shift. You know, a quantum shift. We're all going to be forced into this like dystopian future. Believe it or not, you know, we have alien technology. Whether you believe in aliens or not, it's here. We're using it. We're using alien technology, you know, and it's there. And we're transitioning it into a new reality. We're not even really watching TV anymore, you guys. That's not what we watch. We're in the future. We're there. And there's a paradigm shift, and it's affecting our relationships. It's affecting how we work, how we hang out with each other. But on an individual level, this Two of Pentacles could feel like you're juggling different different things in your life. You're hustling, you're trying to make things happen. It's like this feeling of I'm going to burn out if I continue at this pace, you know, constantly trying to please society, please myself, you know, look good on social media, and, you know, because it's a people pleasing energy a little bit with the Two of Pentacles, but it's also, you know, I'm uncertain about what's going to happen now. There's a lot of uncertainty in the reality, right? And I know there's a lot of memes out there about people pleasing is bad and we're not doing that anymore, but it's still the energy that we bring to work. It's still the energy that we exist in. So there's a lot of people pleasing energy, but also potentially uncertainty as to what the future brings in our work, in our careers, in our everyday lives, you guys. Two of Pentacles. But also, some of you guys could be feeling uncertain right now. There could be an energy of uncertainty around you. Or like you're doing a lot of things. It's a hustle culture. We're expected to do a lot of things daily, right? Sunday reset. That's what we do. Ace of Swords. Think for yours. I feel like a lot of the people of this generation are thinking for themselves. Ace of Swords. I love this because this is as it says on here, an intellectual gift. Ace of Swords, having a breakthrough. Some of you guys could be having a breakthrough, coming out of a stagnancy, you know, which is amazing, which is good. But also this is communication. So I feel like we need to talk to each other more as a collective, for real. Ace of Swords. Talk to each other. Communicate. Go out. Okay, let's get some oracle cards. Faith. We had the Hierophant, and now we have faith. Some of you guys could be, I don't know if you're religious or what you believe in, if you believe in spirituality. Having faith. So it's good to believe in something. It's good to believe, you know, that you're not alone, that there is some kind of at least spiritual something around me to keep me going and give me a reason to do good and to be good, you know. And to be good to yourself, of course. Wisdom. So we're dealing with the third eye chakra. We're dealing with the heart chakra, okay? So opening the third eye chakra, that's how you connect to the angels and to the guides, and that's how you get the downloads, all right? If you are walking around like the devil card, distracted on your phone, scrolling, you don't do affirmations, you don't meditate, you don't pray, you don't sit with yourself, you don't talk to God, you don't journal, you don't talk to your angels or your guides. If you don't talk to them, they're not going to be able to help you. So it's important to learn how to do that, you know, to be able to sit with yourself because you're not really alone, right? If you want those downloads, talk to spirit, talk to God, talk to your angels, journal to them, and having the wisdom to open the heart chakra. And that means being nice to yourself. And what does it look like what does self-love and being good to yourself look like? That means not going back to that person who didn't treat you right, not doing the vices, doing the things that are bad for you. Your body is a temple. Not talking poorly to yourself, right? Exercising, doing the things for yourself you know you need to do. Having the wisdom and to be good to yourself, because even when bad things happen, you still have to be good to yourself, because God can't talk to you if you're too busy saying mean things about yourself or being bad to yourself, if this is relating to you, or being hard on yourself, right? Because maybe you got rejected, or because maybe you had a bad day. And those are the times when we need faith the most. Those are the times when you need to be good to yourself the most, when things don't work the way that we think that they're supposed to work. And to still have an open heart full of love and not bitterness and not hate and not fear. Because I know that a lot of people could be dealing with uncertain times right now. Maybe they're not sure how they're going to make ends meet. Maybe their job is being replaced by AI. Maybe, you know, you lost your job and you're not married, you're single. Those are the times when you need to be good to yourself. Those are the times when you need to talk to your guides. Those are the times when you need to sit and open that third eye chakra and that heart chakra. I need something right now. I need the faith, I need the love, I need the guidance, to have the wisdom, to have faith, you know, that things are going to be okay, but also there's some things that I need to do. I have to protect myself. I can't put it all on my guides. My guides can be sending me message all day and all night, but if I don't listen to them, and I go to that bar, or I text my ex, or I chase after that unavailable person, your guides aren't working for you when you're doing that. They can't, because you have tunnel vision. So you have to open that third eye chakra. You have to let your guides talk to you, and you have to listen to them. And you have to open the heart chakra. You have to have it open and not be guarded and defensive. And, I know it's hard because a lot of people out there are hurting or sad or stressed. Those are the times when we need our faith and our self-love the most. So it's a really good message. I love that. Keep your heart open. Keep your third eye chakra open. Have an open mind, because we think that we might know what's out there, but we don't. We don't 100% know. So keep an open mind. Follow your instincts 100%. I say this all the time. You have to be able to learn to discern when you're having anxiety and when your body and your guards are trying to tell you something. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. So trusting your instincts is very important, but it's also important to develop your instincts. It's important to be able to learn when to trust that the thought or the feeling that you're having, is this just fear? Is this just anxiety? Or are my guides trying to tell me something here? Develop those instincts and develop that muscle, and then learn to be able to trust it. Like, for some reason, I am 100% sensing that I'm not supposed to be here right now. Why do I feel that way? I don't know. Let me just leave. And later you find out why you had to trust that instinct like that. So animals have amazing instincts, and they have lesser developed brains than us, but they have an amazing connection to the spirit world because it's not cluttered with all these thoughts and fears and societal norms. Okay, so learn to develop that just like the animals, and to be able to trust it, because that's source talking to you, that's God talking to you, that's your angels, that's your guides trying to tell you, trying to give you a download of where you're supposed to go, what you're supposed to do, what's next on my feed, right? Don't get caught up in the spiral of thoughts that will defeat all of those downloads. Balance. I love this. This is Libra energy, harmony, balance, everything in moderation. Everything that you do should be done in moderation. Even exercise, even things like that still need to be done in moderation. If you're messaging someone, text messaging someone, or spending time with someone, you have to do that in moderation as well. If you want a relationship to last, you gotta go slow. There's gotta be equal give and take. This is reminding me of Libra energy. That's why I'm talking about harmony and balance in relationships. It's important. Equal give and take, not moving too quickly, not spending too much time together, especially in the beginning. Trust me, you want someone to miss you. So everything, even if it's good for you, still needs to be done in moderation. Keep that in mind. Have a balance. Don't overwork yourself, because in America, out here, at least if you're in the United States, people sometimes work too much. And just remember to have a balance. All right, you guys. I'm probably going to get on. Yeah, I'm going to get on out of here. I hope that this reading elevated your consciousness in some type of way, shape, or form. I'm going to be doing the signs, what's manifesting. I think I'm on Gemini. So I'm going to be finishing up doing what's manifesting for the signs. It's going to be more like prediction based. So if you don't relate to it, that's because it's a prediction, a future prediction on what's coming. This live stream was a different type of live stream, but I did get this download. Let me know if any of you guys see UFOs or have any sightings, because that's the download that's been coming through majorly. All right, so if you do have one, please let me know. I'm gonna get on out of here. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.